Sure.
All right, bro. So let's get to then the Megan. Circle back with that. The Megan interview with Gayle King over the weekend, or maybe like on Friday, where she gave a pretty detailed breakdown of the whole Tory Lanez situation, which is wild just off the bat, because I feel like didn't like the court say like both of you stop talking about this outside of the courtroom?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And like, regardless of whether people think she's lying or not, I'm like, why the fuck is this an interview before anything is taking place?
Before the verdict.
Right.
Like after, sure. Like if maybe like it came out that she was lying, but she wants to still tell her story. I get that. Yeah. But before, like you're literally trying to influence the jurors. Like I think that's what the courts are saying. Like, yo, both of you need to stop trying to influence the people who are going to decide your verdict.
Right. And I get from her standpoint why she would want to speak, because she's like the victim in the situation apparently. But yeah, I just found it kind of weird when I heard her speak about it, like, and the fact that she's repeated like, you know, the same rhetoric over and over makes me question.
For people who didn't listen or hear or see it, what was the same rhetoric?
The same rhetoric from the sense of like, Tory shot me, I was shot, I didn't do anything wrong to like provoke this situation. Like hearing that over and over, it's hard to believe that she would be completely lying, given that if there's discrepancies, then I feel like it would fuck her over. But at the same time, I find it hard to believe that she's telling the full truth from this interview, because there was an instance where Gayle King asked if she had a sexual relationship with Tory. She paused and like kind of said no, like chuckled and then said no. And I'm just like, that was the one instance where I'm like, I really don't believe this aspect of the interview. The rest, I'm like, I'll leave it to the courts. But that one bit made me question the validity of everything else.
And it was more so because like I saw that clip specifically, and it was more so because like I don't get how you pause and like when someone asks, are you involved with someone? Yeah. Like that implies sexually. Right. So like when she was like, oh, you mean sexually? We're like, yeah. Like what else do you think this is?
Right. Like, I mean, the only like possible explanation in my head could be like, oh, maybe she made out with him once, or like she wanted to bang him, but it never got there or something. That was like the only thing I could think of where it's like, well, it technically wasn't sexually because I only did XYZ. But in any case, it looked like there was a clear sexual relationship or attraction going on between them that like she just wanted to not admit.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. But bro, man, like again, I think, and it's not trying to be recency bias, like, bro, there is dude, she's massive. And again, this is not a physical joke. Like, she is a massive brand right now. Mm-hmm. So, like, again, it's wild because again, for us, like the commoner fan watching all this unfold, like, we're like, yo, is she crazy? Why would she do this? But bro, you know, there's a PR machine behind her. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? There's no way she does an interview with Gayle King and it's not a well planned out, you know, hey, you're going to say this and you're not going to say, you know what I mean? So like, there has to be something behind the scenes, obviously we don't know about, but man, like, I don't know, man, I don't see her losing. And I don't know what losing means, but I don't see her either, even if she like loses the case, I don't think we're going to ever find out enough that she now loses the level of fame that she has possessed over the last 2 years. Because it might, like, dude, I think literally 3 months ago, we were like, bro, she's lying, cancel this woman, it's a wrap. And dude, after being exposed to what she is as a brand in person, even though I thought the performance was fucking mediocre at best, dude, she has so many fans, bro, that I don't see her ever being like canceled, even if it's found out that she lied about all this. I think she's like almost like too big to fail now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. After this whole like Johnny Depp situation, which I don't want to ramble about, but like I was surprised at first when you said the turnout was as big, or maybe not so surprised, but I know from my subjective viewpoint, I feel like this case for her has like overshadowed everything musically, like to the point where even if I see a music video or whatever, like my mind just goes to like, oh,
Tory.
case, like shot, Tory, blah, blah, blah. Like it's never about the song. Whereas Tory's just like completely ignored it, basically, it seems like, and it's just making music left and right, like vaguely talks about stuff here and there, but like
Dude,
I only
also,
think
like,
about the music with him.
Making music that no one's really checking for.
Yeah.
Like no one,
like
bro.
only
And
the
this is not a shot at him, but like no pun intended. But like I don't think there's ever been a moment since that initial album dropped that we were all like curious as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a moment since that either of you and I have been like, bro, did you hear that new Tory Lanez song?
Yeah.
We're just like, bro, like we liked you before, but we didn't really like you like that, fam. You know what I mean? Like if I'm being honest, like I like Tory Lanez, bro. Like the album I enjoy the most is Memories Don't Die. Where he has a few fucking bangers on it. But for the most part, bro, I always say it was kind of corny. Like you're always fucking copying people's style, blah, 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 and making your own allegedly, but not really. But like, it's pretty wild how like people are like, yo, we're not gonna let him go down for some shit that just doesn't make sense. Which I appreciate, bro. Because for the most part, you would think like, yo, he'd be done. And like, that's just hasn't happened yet. Which I'm happy about because I don't think anyone, I just don't think a millionaire's going to shoot someone in the leg or whatever. And like, I cannot see that.
I mean, according to my Spotify, I'm like one of his biggest fans.
He's in your top 3%, right? Like,
yeah, some shit like that. I mean, granted, it's not like projects. It's probably, you know, the handful of songs that a bunch of other people listen to. I do agree, like the 80s like influence album and all that recent stuff, like I personally didn't care to replay much of any of that or check for it. I think I've been trying to avoid being like the rest of the public and, you know, basically crucify him before like all of the evidence is out, just because it seems weird to pick either side like definitively and be like, hey, this person's an absolute liar without having the evidence, because we really don't know. But I do think what probably had happened allegedly was that they were all drunk, and I guarantee like the gunshots were accidental, and she, for whatever reason, thought it was Tory or was more upset at him versus the friend and kind of just like accused him of being responsible for it. But
in the interview, did she ever ask them like, hey, was alcohol involved?
I don't think so. And that, I know academics brought that up, and I agree. I'm like, why was that not a question? That was even a question regarding my situation that we won't get into, but the work related one, that was a question that was asked. And I feel like in any situation where, you know, there's like violence, or
people act out if someone's an act out of character, you wouldn't know why. You know what I mean? Like,
right. But I mean, she did claim that she didn't put hands on anyone. She didn't yell at anyone, which I don't believe, just because I feel like if the argument was that severe, like you had to have contributed somehow, like unless you're accidentally shot and you're just blaming, you're saying this person intentionally shot you, which I still don't really believe. Yeah,
because it's weird, like in the clips I saw, because I didn't see the full interview, and the clips I saw, it was kind of to your earlier point, she's really trying to make it clear that like I had nothing to do with this, I'm a victim. It's like, bro, like something had to go down. Like even if you say, yo, I slapped this guy and he shoots you, you're still the victim. You know what I mean? Like but you can say, hey, like I did, like the stance she's taken of like I did nothing wrong here, like even that is like, bro, come on, man. Like you didn't do anything. Like you didn't do anything. You didn't drink with them. You didn't like say a funny comment. Again, you're still not to blame, but it gives us better fucking context as to what happened, because the other side is that you're just saying this guy took a gun and shot you in the foot for no fucking reason. Like that doesn't make sense.
Right. And the only reason why I brought up the Johnny Depp trial, and I don't know if you follow that at all, but apparently,
dude, I've been following. Yo, you know what's wild is that I've seen like more news about it in my random moments on TikTok. Like there was a TikTok live in the courtroom, and I was like, "Yo, why is this here?" You know what I mean?
I can't escape this shit. I never cared. I didn't even barely knew who Amber Heard was, but now I'm just like forced to follow the trial. So I brought
Dude,
it
apparently
up.
she's Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend.
Oh wow. Damn,
Yeah, I
she's
just
pissed
learned
that she's
that.
not fucking swimming in billions, probably.
Yeah, dude. Well, I guess he never wifed her, so.
Yeah. But I brought it up because I feel like now people have basically canceled her because they realize she's a nutcase. I don't think Megan is gonna be painted in that way, but I feel like if the court came out and literally was like, Megan, who's proven, or like this woman or something was proven to be the one that shot Meg because Meg did XYZ, I feel like she'll still lose at least respect within like the hip hop community. I don't know if the casual pop listeners or whatever will give a flying fuck, but I think certain artists may not want to work with her at all. Like,
yeah,
within that
I would
community.
just say it's gonna be a little bit different though, bro. I see the comparison for sure, but like this Amber Heard chick is barely famous. So I think like it's easier for us to cancel her because we're
just
like,
forget her.
Yeah, who the fuck are you? Like, bro, we didn't watch your movies before. Like, and now you just your Johnny Depp's crazy ex-wife. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit easier. Whereas like Megan was famous before, and then after just fucking became this powerhouse that no one can avoid, even when you try to avoid it, So
Right.
I think it will be harder to cancel her, bro, because I just think like if you're on her side, nothing that the court says is going to change your opinion because you believe the woman who you're literally obsessed about.
Yeah, that is very true. In general, I'm more and more curious as time goes by to see how this pans out because it seems like nobody's admitting to shit. Everyone's like, I had nothing to do with anything. Yeah. It's not like one person's like, well, yeah, like this kind of went down, but it was an accident. Like everyone's just like, nope, like nothing's true.
Yeah, dude, it was. Yeah, dude, facts. But as more like that phrase, as more and more time goes by, bro, why has so much time gone by? Like, why don't we have a resolution already, bro?
Yeah,
it's almost 2 years. Like, how is that even fucking possible?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not sure how the system works in that sense, but
because I would hope, God forbid, you and I ever get shot. The resolution within like a couple months. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he did it. Let's figure out and prove that, as opposed to like he did it and let's give it 3 or 4 years and we'll figure it out. I'm like, what? Like,
I mean, maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe like the evidence is so sketchy that like they just need time. But it's still crazy to me. And I think what it boils down to is like no one really wants to speak up or maybe fess up to it, because I feel like it was an accident, but it's like, if it's an accident, do you
there's
admit
still
to
someone
it?
to be blamed though.
Yeah.
And like I think she, like, I don't know, like it's the boy cry wolf, but some kind of like, she's in too deep. Like she can never circle around and say, you guys, never mind. Like it was like she can't now. Like she's all in. Like, yo, he shot me. That's what it is. Because if she changes her story now, bro, then she will lose credibility with her fans. And I think her fans, which are obviously bigger than Tory's fans, and just numbers, are still pushing the narrative that she's the victim. Whereas I think if she came out and said, you know what, guys, I was drunk, then she's just going to start losing people. And I think Rock Nation knows like that's not the route she can go down.
Yeah. This is a wild ass situation, but hopefully the truth comes out and we can move on past this, because I feel like it's also in a weird way divided a lot of people in this, like the fans and the listeners and stuff. Like I know someone personally who like actually got mad when this situation first went down and he released that like Daystar album or whatever.
Yeah.
We like shared it in the music chat and like she like flipped
but
out.
Like hip hop fans were like hip hop artists were mad about it, bro. Like Rick Ross was mad at fucking Tory Lanez. And like, he's like, bro, you have a song about drugging women and fucking them. What are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And that was what was weird too, is like this what do you call, like virtue signaling, and like, oh, I'm this self-righteous person with morals, yet you have a song talking about doing this to women and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, they just want to, I don't know, come across like something they're not, I guess.
Yeah, no, but I feel you with that. Like it definitely, it's like almost like talking politics. Like there's a extreme left and extreme right to this topic as well. I think my like my girl's sister is like a massive Megan fan.
Mhm.
So like the idea of not being a Megan fan or being a Tory fan is like, are you crazy? How can you do that? It's just like,
yeah, it is
not?
very political. Even like the Will Smith shit, like all of a sudden this stupid, like inappropriate slap has become like a, you know, a protect black women movement versus like, you know, protect like black boys from becoming violent. I'm like, where is all of this coming from? Like, can't someone make a stupid mistake that kind of has nothing to do with, you know, any of that?
With anything. Yeah, dude. Like that's funny, dude. Yeah, you can't just make a mistake anymore. Like there has to be a deeper meaning, either what's hurting you or who you're hurting. And it's like, bro, I can also have a fucking lapse in judgment and we can move on with the fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? So yeah, dude, I feel that. I feel that a lot, actually. So, all right, bro. But good take. I really like that. So we're definitely gonna put that up as a clip.